The Rental Nightmare Part 2. Australia's housing horror stories they don't want you to hear. You know how people say, renting in Australia builds character? Yeah, mostly trauma. Last time I thought I seen it all, at $700 a week for a shoebox, with a vintage mold decor. But apparently that was just the audition round. Welcome to part 2, The Rental Nightmare, Australia's reality show from hell. No prize, no money, no immunity challenges. Just real people paying real money for real suffering. Let's start in Sydney, where a young couple applied for a modern studio apartment listed at $900 a week. When they arrived, it turned to be a converted garage. There was a sink, a mattress, and a single plug socket. The real estate agent called it industrial chic. Industrial, yes, chic. Only if you find oil stains and exhaust fumes are aesthetic. In Perth, there's a guy living full-time in his van, not because he's on a spiritual journey or doing van life TikTok, but because even with a full-time job, he can't find a rental under $500 a week. He showers at a gym, parks near the beach, and says the best part is no landlords to blame on their mold. You know things are bad when homelessness comes with less stress. So what do you think? Please share in comments. Then we've got Brisbane, where one renter found mushrooms growing out of her bathroom wall. Actual mushrooms. She told her landlord, and he said, and I quote, "At least it's organic." That's a nice joke if you don't live there. Meanwhile, in Melbourne, a young couple ended up in hospital after discovering toxic mold behind their bed. Their landlord's solution? Just open a window. Because obviously ventilation solves black mold and chronic asthma. And shared houses? Oh, they've gone completely feral. In Melbourne, one ad offered a bunk bed and hallway for $320 a week. No door, no privacy, not even a curtain. The ad proudly said, perfect for students or minimalist couples. Minimalist couples? What does that even mean? You share a mattress and your last shred of dignity. In Adelaide, things aren't much better. A woman reported her rent increased by $170 a week overnight. No renovations, no upgrades, just a market adjustment. She's now working 2 jobs to afford the exact same apartment she'd lived in for 6 years. Meanwhile, in Hobart, a nurse asked her landlord to fix a broken heater in the middle of winter and got evicted 2 weeks later. She ended up living in a caravan park for 3 months. And yes, she still went to work every day caring for other people. And if you think the care stopped there, think again. A man in Canberra applied for rental and was told you're welcome to offer above the listed price. So he offered a year's rent upfront and still lost to someone who offered few dollars more. It's not real estate anymore. It's eBay for shelter. Then there's a shared mattress trend. Yes, it's real. One ad in Melbourne offered half a mattress in a living room for $280 a week. But beyond the comedy, it isn't funny anymore. Now it's more like a fair guess country. Guess how much rent will jump next month. Guess how long you can stay. Guess whether the crack in the wall is cosmetic or structural. But here's the thing, people aren't just putting up with it anymore. There are neighborhood groups fighting back. Renters' unions forming, and tenants finally realizing that silence is the landlord's favorite roommate. So yeah, the system cooked, but at least we are all in the same kitchen together. And if governments don't get serious soon, they might just find half of a country showing up to parliament asking for a bunk bed and free Wi-Fi. So hang in there, legends. Keep sharing your stories, supporting your mates, and maybe next year's rental market update won't sound like a horror sequel. Thanks for watching my videos, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'm gonna see you next week.